are here live on set at Bush Pig Adventures, and we're here to talk to you about everything to do with tyres. In this episode, we're here to talk to you about the difference a tyre footprint makes with high pressure and with low pressure. So we're talking about extension of footprint and the importance of that from a grip perspective. You would have seen the pictures and everything that we've done to prove that on sand, which is relevant, but now how does that translate into the real world and in actual driving? So we're going to show you, and we're going to show you exactly what happens when we try and attempt to climb on relatively soft sand with an expert driving, the right vehicle, and it's all about the pressures. So those are the only variables in this case.
So in this instance, we're in low range, third gear, and with hard tyres on sand, you don't have that footprint. You are there in a stiletto hill and you are trying to take off like a 100-meter dash to get up a very, very steep incline. And at 2-bar pressure, the minute you take your foot off the clutch, it starts to dig because there's just too much weight bearing down on those 4 little contact patches on the ground. So as you can see from the 2-bar video, we did not get very far. And the wheels just spin, you run out of power and you go nowhere.
And then you have to stop, otherwise you just keep digging onto the belly.
Correct. Luckily, on a hill like that, you're able to reverse out because gravity will assist you in coming back down. So in this instance, we dropped to 1.2 bar, and it's still not enough. We took off in the same manner, from the same place, the same speed, and we didn't get much further
Same
than
vehicle,
our point.
and we're talking a few minutes later, so we didn't have the variables of cool to 40-degree temperatures. We then go back and we say, right, let's now take an exponential leap. We go from 1.2 to half a bar. So we started at 2, we're now down to half a bar.
Taking off in the same way, third gear, low range, and up we went, gradually accelerating through sand, and we popped right over the top. Because exponentially, going from 300 mils to 400 mils, like you say, around the 40% mark, it is a huge increase in footprint that just gives you so much traction, and inside the vehicle you can feel it pulling, and it just takes you straight over the top.
And I think that's a good point to bring Lance in. Certainly what you experienced and what we saw versus what's actually happening to the tyre, going from 2 bar to all the way down to half a bar, and why was there that exponential difference in traction, in grip, and in footprint?
Yeah, I think I just want to touch on the half a bar. Really, this is the minimum pressure that we as Continental would recommend. Basically what we saw when we measured the footprint, we saw 20 millimeter increase after a drop of 0.8 of a bar from 2 bar to 1.2, but we saw 120 mils when we dropped from 1.2 to half a bar. So we really have an exponential curve. We see this exponential curve in the traction as well. Right, so we got further up the hill, we went over the hill, and the reason for this, obviously the increased length in the footprint. So what we have done is we have equally distributed the load over a bigger surface area.
Yeah,
it's why we've got more traction.
A passenger tyre is not designed the same way as a 4x4 tyre. It relies solely on the air as to carry the load, whereas a 4x4 tyre with the extra robust construction, before the pressure's all gone, there is some element of construction holding the load up, which obviously then extends the footprint further.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. To a point, and obviously that's the point of safety. After that point of safety, you can have issues with debeading, etc.
I mean, you make a good point. If we did the same exercise on a passenger tire, we would certainly see a linear curve.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that, and we hope that you enjoyed that. Very interesting for us to test it and to be able to show the theory and then how it translated into actual driving in soft sand. Folks, thanks for watching this episode with us. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about the relationship between the tyre and the rim and what keeps the tyre seated on the rim. We'll go into quite a bit of detail, but stay tuned for that episode. Thanks for watching.